Hey y'all, what's going on? It's DIY Alex, and I'm here with my friend Ashley from Chip Builds. You guys have probably seen her around before because she often joins us for Tuesday premieres and all kinds of stuff. And Ashley and I are crafty friends who talk all the time, so we wanted to go live and do a project with you, and it's going to be super fun. So everyone say hello to Ashley.
Hey guys, I'm super
So
excited to be here. I'm ready.
yeah, we're gonna have so much fun. You guys, Ashley created this super cute file that we're gonna be using. I know it's backwards for you right now, but it says Merry and Bright, and she just listed it in her Etsy shop. So if you want to check that out, I linked it for you down in the description. And we are gonna show you two different ways of doing the sublimation glass cans. You guys know those are super popular, but we know that some of you have different options for your heat sources. So I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to do it with my PYD Life tumbler press, and Ashley's going to show you how to do it in the Cricut mug press.
Yep, without breaking your Cricut mug press.
I know, and I've never used glass in my Cricut mug press, so I'm actually really excited to see what Ashley teaches us because I need to use it too. And by the way, I have comments over there on my iPad, so if you see me dive off the camera, it's just to see your comments. Hi, everyone. Let's do some shout outs from the comments. You guys have been here a while, but y'all know me. I'm forever late. And Ashley told you guys this time, which helped.
I did.
Hello. Hi, Dee. Hi, Roseanne.
Yeah,
Welcome. Hi, Renee. And
hey, Roseanne.
Oh my gosh, so many of you guys joining us. I'm so excited that you're here.
Hello. Yeah, it's fun to be in person with you guys as well.
I know, we always get a chance to do this during the premiere, but I've missed you guys. So actually, I haven't told you guys this, but I'm hoping, okay, fingers crossed, but I can't swear to it, that I'm going to try and do a live with you guys every Friday in December until right before Christmas, because I'll be off for Christmas as well. So the first 3 Fridays of December, I'm going to hopefully be live with you. Next week, I'm going to be live on Instagram with my friend Jamila, and then I'm hoping to be back the 3rd Friday of December to do another project. Because I've missed you guys. We've done so many premieres, which are great, but I wanted to get back in person with all of you because I missed you. So I'm going to bring my iPad a little closer so I don't have to run away so much. And we're going to get this party started.
Yeah, everyone's saying long time no see.
I know, slacking. It really has been a minute.
Slacking.
I know it. I know it. Forever slacking. Hi, Darlene.
When's the last time you went live?
Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know. When was the last time I went live? Maybe September.
That's how you know it's been too long.
I know. It really has been a long time. And I think I just get caught up in the regular process and everything, and it's been so busy. But you guys are so cute. Kristen says we keep ourselves occupied. You guys are so good about chatting with each other. And actually, that's one of the things that I love about you guys is that you will just jump in and just be a community, and it just warms my heart. I love you all.
Yeah. I actually really like your community a lot, especially because they come so quick to defend you. Like the very first time when we were going to have a meeting and you're doing a live right before, you're rushing like crazy. And I just wrote, I was like, oh, don't feel like you have to rush. Man, they're all like, no, she has a meeting just to get to like come into your to back you up. So it's so funny. I love it. I love the community.
And you guys, I don't know if you remember that because I was back in the summer, but my meeting was with Ashley. Like she was the one I was meeting. So that's why she was saying that. But you guys were so sweet. So you guys are the best. I am literally the luckiest. Oh, good. Carla said, hi, ladies. Just received my glass tumbler. So this is perfect timing.
No, it's fate. Definitely.
Yeah, Kristen, I think I was the live with the sublimate. Oh, you're right. I did do sublimation pillows for fall. And I think that might have been in either September or October. It was early fall, I think.
So we don't talk about fall anymore, though.
I know. We're past that now. You guys, I have done the craziest thing I've ever done. And my house is still not done decorated for Christmas. Outside is. We did the outside stuff. That's all hooked up on a timer, good to go. But I put my tree up last Sunday, but I didn't actually decorate it. Like I just put the pieces on top of each other and I light it up every day. I haven't fluffed it. I haven't done garland and I haven't done ornaments.
But you haven't even fluffed it?
Yeah, I will. So, okay, it's weird. Okay, we were traveling for Thanksgiving and we came home, and my husband was traveling all week for work. And so I was like, hey, let's do the crappy part of the tree setup now. And then next weekend, we can do all the fun stuff. Because you guys know, taking it out of the box, getting the base all set up, getting the collar and or the skirt on, depending on how you decorate, it's annoying. So I was like, let's do the crappy part now. And then next weekend, all that's left is the fun stuff. So that was my thought process on it anyway.
Yeah. You know what would look really good on your tree? Like, really, really good?
What?
Massive fake popcorn
Popcorn
garland.
garland?
Yeah.
I know. I know. You guys, if you haven't seen Ashley's most recent video, oh, and I forgot to tell you that. So if you're not already subscribed to Ashley's channel, please go do it. Because she is such a, like, I think of Ashley as a genuine maker, not necessarily just a crafter, because she's interested in so many different things. She uses so many different mediums, like 3D, I was going to say 3D lasers, 3D printers, laser cutters, Cricut stuff, like just like DIYs, like her popcorn garland. There's so many different ways that you can craft, and Ashley is the true inspiration for that. So if you haven't gone and subscribed to her channel, please do.
Thank you. And if anyone ever has a need for a 4-foot by 8-foot light bright, I also have a video on that. So
Literally all of it. All the
never know when you're gonna need it. You're not allowed to decorate till mid-December. Oh my
oh
gosh,
my
that's a
gosh.
bummer. Not
Carl,
enough time to appreciate it.
I know. Well, and for me, I am like sweating when I'm doing this stuff. It takes me a long time. So I'm like, if I'm going to appreciate it, I usually decorate like before Thanksgiving, probably mid-November, even sometimes early November for me. So that's why I feel very late. But I mean, technically, we still have all of December, and we're going to do it this weekend. But Carla commented, she said, oh, you have a life? Believe it or not, I don't work all the time. I work a lot, but I don't work all the time. I
Alex
know,
does
it's
work a lot.
shocking.
It's hard to get a hold of her. She works a lot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's true. Oh my gosh. I know. Carla said planning and running a band banquet, daughter in a play, just too busy. I don't blame you. And that's why
Nice.
I actually normally I am super pro, like get in the Christmas mode as much as you can. But I feel like I needed until like December to like actually go into full on Christmas. Like I just listened to Christmas music for the first time maybe last week. So I have
Yeah,
like
I started
waited.
after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, like I wanted to give Thanksgiving its moment. Normally, I'm like, who cares about Thanksgiving? The food is great, but let's move on. But not this year. I just felt like we needed it.
Well, I feel like last year Thanksgiving kind of got skipped just because of the pandemic and everything.
Yeah,
People are putting their decorations up so early.
that's true. And well, the past couple of years, we've been home so much more and we haven't had the same plans as normal. So I feel like everyone's just been like, oh, I don't have anything else better to do. So I'll just go ahead and,
Yeah.
get that done. Plus, I don't know about you guys. Ashley's in California and I'm in Kentucky, and it got cold here, which was the other thing. Usually the weather's still pretty nice this time of year. Like we have some cold days, but there's a few warm ones where we can put up our outside decorations. But this year we froze our behinds off outside. We were putting up the outside decorations. Honestly, it was rough. It was
Yeah.
rough.
Well, it even rained this morning. It's kind of crazy. I'm like, this is California. We don't have this weather.
I know. We had a thunderstorm on Tuesday night, like thunder and lightning, which was so
Very,
weird
very frightening.
for like November, December. It's super weird.
Nice.
Yep, people want to see your massive popcorn garland. Go watch her video. She
Yeah,
just
it's
did
so
it
simple.
a couple days
Like
ago.
children can do it. So like anybody can do it. It's a lot of fun. And in the video, I have a pro tip that I
Yeah.
haven't seen anyone else mention before.
Ooh, there. Ooh,
I'm not
that's a
gonna
good
I'm not gonna spill the
cliffhanger.
beans on here. You gotta actually go check it
It's
out.
gonna make you go watch it. Good for you.
Yes. Please watch it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, you guys are so funny. Okay,
Yeah.
well, let's get started with our project. So I wanted to show you guys this because I thought it was so interesting. So I am doing, Ashley put out, does your file have all the color schemes you sent me?
Yeah. So in the file, so Etsy only lets you upload 5 documents. So
Okay.
I uploaded 4 of them and then a zip file that has all of them together.
Okay. So there's a ton of color options if you decide to buy this file from, also Ashley has an Etsy shop. So if you decide to buy this file, there's a bunch of different color options. And I'm going to be using a clear glass can. anytime you're not using frosted glass, you're just using clear glass like this, I definitely recommend that you go with like brighter, not even brighter colors, just darker colors to make sure that your design really shows up. So that's why I'm using this red and green, like kind of traditional looking, Merry and Bright. And I believe Ashley is doing the frosted glass. So she has like the pastel color scheme, which is super, super cute. So if you go with this file, there's lots of options, but that's why we chose what we chose, because you'll still be able to see Ashley's pastels really well on her frosted glass. But what's so funny is as I was printing out my designs, I printed out one from each printer, and I want to cut them out and show you guys the difference, because even just the difference between my two printers and like the colors that came from it are actually super different. And so that's kind of the benefit of having multiple like I do. As I looked at the first one and I was like, that tree looks like it's a funky green color.
Yeah.
And it's not the file, because it looked great on the computer. It just looked weird when I printed it. So I printed it a second time. And it's just funny how sublimation is funky like that.
It is, yeah. Because I think even my colors are different from yours. Except I think part of that is because I have a Mac, and so I think when I installed the drivers for my printer, like I don't think I did the correct way to install it, because like there's like a full install and like a short install.
Okay.
I think allegedly. I think it looks fine, but other people were complaining about my sublimation skills.
Oh, that's so well, and I don't think, at least on Windows, because I use a Windows computer, I don't think I had that option, but I could be wrong. I just went to Epson's website and installed the drivers that were available. But I'm really excited because I'm working with a company in January that sent me a sawgrass printer, so I'm going to be using that in the video.
Oh, nice.
And
See you, D. He has to run out.
Oh, bye, D. See you later.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to say bye
no,
there.
You're good. I'm glad you're paying attention to the comments.
Yeah.
So I have an onboarding meeting with the Sawgrass team next week. So I'm going to be learning straight from the Sawgrass team about how to use it. And I'm really excited to be able to use it now that I've had my Epsons for like a year and a half. I feel like I'll be able to do a really good, thorough information about the differences between the two. And you guys know, I'll give you my honest opinion on what it's like and what I recommend. So I'm really excited to be able to see like the side-by-side differences, you know?
Yeah, dude, that's super cool. Yeah. Kathy, I'm so sorry to hear that. Was it Kathy, right? I think Kathy lost her son.
Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry.
Let us know if there's anything that we could pray for you as well in the chat. Let us know.
We would both love to. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, Kathy, I'm so sorry. It's interesting you say that, because I was just talking on my Instagram story about that last night. So in 2019, I lost two really special people to me over the course of 4 weeks. My 16-year-old niece took her own life. And then 4 weeks later, one of my best friends lost her baby boy that was 2 days from his due date. So he was still in utero. And so that was 4 weeks apart. And then in the middle of that, my husband had an emergency appendectomy. So it was a really, really hard season. And I remember, and that was over the course of like September and October. So I remember getting to the holidays and it just made everything sadder and harder. And so I was just talking on Instagram about how I'm thinking of all the people like Kathy and all the other people who've experienced loss this year. Because I think that the holidays just really, even though they kind of give us the warm fuzzies in some ways, they kind of exacerbate that difficult time that we're having, because we miss the people we miss even more. And so, Kathy, I'm really sorry to hear that. And anyone else who has struggled with loss this year,
yeah,
it's just really, really hard.
Yeah. Feel free to reach out if you need to reach out.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Actually, I hope I measured this correctly. When I was putting the measuring tape around this before I printed it, and I was like, I just really hope I'm doing this right. But let me get a little closer to the camera, and I want you guys to focus on the trees. I'm going to show you the differences in the colors with two different Epson Eco Tanks. So I have two Epson Eco Tanks, but they have different brands of ink in them, and they are different models of printer. They're both from 143 vinyl. I have an Epson ET2000, and I have, ST2000 and an ST4000 as well. And you'll just see a little bit of subtle difference. So let me get close and show you. And I can't see my camera at all because I'm in front of it now. Can you guys see?
Yeah. Yeah, you could see it. You got an old friend from high school up in the chat.
Do I really? Oh my
You
gosh, I need to
do.
look. How
Yeah.
cool. So this one came out of my Epson ST2000 and this one came out of my 4000. And you can really see that like this tree looks a little bit more of like a blue green and this
Yeah.
like a brighter green.
Mhm.
So isn't that interesting? Like it's so fun
Yeah.
how you can print the same file from the same program in two different.
Seriously, it's insane. Irma, what's up? Representing SoCal. Whoever asked, I couldn't remember who asked the question in the chat. Yeah, in the Etsy listing, you get all the different options and colors I made. I think it's what four or five different options.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's super cool. Hi
and
Ryan.
also
Oh my gosh.
when you buy a sublimation thing, you can go in and change colors. You just need like Photoshop or like Inkscape. Like there's multiple programs that will allow you to go in and customize a file to your exact need as well.
Yeah, that's such a great point. And I don't think that I talk about that a lot because I know that a lot of my subscriber base usually doesn't use tools that in depth. But it is really good to know that if that's something that's really important to you, I personally think it's worth the investment to have like a subscription. So I have like the Adobe subscription where I think I pay like $50 a month for all the Adobe programs. And that's because I use them in my business, which is why it's functional for me. But it also allows me to use like Illustrator for SVG files, and Photoshop if necessary, and I use InDesign for some other things too. Um,
Mhm.
but I'm glad you said that, Ashley, because I always forget to
Yeah.
remind people of that.
Yeah, Alex is becoming pretty good in Illustrator too.
Listen, guys, I'm trying really hard. I'm trying to bring you guys SVG files, but the reason I've been chatting so much, in particular lately with Ashley, because we've been working on some SVG files, and you guys, I have a long way to go.
Wait, you mean you don't hang out with me just because I'm cool? You only
Also
want me
because
for my
you're cool.
skills?
Absolutely. Well, Ashley and I have a lot in common anyways. Plus, obviously, we have crafting. But in particular, over the past 2 weeks, we've been talking a lot because Ashley is helping me with those because Ashley is a graphic designer. She has a graphic
Yeah,
design
I
degree.
am.
So she is a pro in these programs, and I
Yep.
am straight up beginner. Straight up. So
Yeah, but you know what though? Honestly, you're way more advanced than some other beginners that I've had to help and teach out.
well, and I've done some things like this in the past. I did take like some high school, like some Photoshop and stuff in high school. So obviously it's been a long time, but I have some design basics that I think do make it a little bit easier. And when I
Mhm.
worked at 143, my bosses wanted me to spend a lot of time like doing graphics in Photoshop and things like that. So I don't have a ton of skills, but I have a little bit of a design basics background that I think a lot of crafters probably usually don't.
Right. Yeah. Um,
But I,
no.
I did want to say hi to Ryan. He's probably not here anymore, but it's so cool to talk to you, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by.
He said you seem like a hard worker.
Oh, thanks. It's definitely. Oh, you guys. Okay. I'm gonna start crafting because I'm just chatting right now. But and let me say this, and then I'll go back to that story. So we are both using what Ashley 3D prints in her Etsy shop called Vinyl Cup Keepers, and we wanted to show you how versatile these are because there's so many different ways you can use them. So basically, they come in two sizes, and what I linked for you in the description is the 2-pack because that's what I bought. But basically, what you do with this is you put your tumblers inside these vinyl cup keepers to keep them from rolling side to side. But you don't just use them with vinyl, you can also use them to line up your sublimation designs like we are going to do. So that's
Yeah.
what we are working on right now. That's what you can see. Ashley, what color is that? That's really cool.
This is like a shiny copper filament.
That's really cool.
So I think I have this as a color option. If not,
Mm-hmm.
it's one of my mystery color options. So you can buy a cheaper version of the set if you choose mystery color. And it's cheaper purely because I have to do less work. I don't have to unload the filament and change it to a different color. And
Nice.
so that's why it's a bit of a discount because you're making my life easier and not harder.
Yes, exactly. So lots of options for you. And us crafters, we love anything that comes in a cool color. So I did want to say that out loud to make sure we tell you guys about them. But what I was going to say is I have been on YouTube officially for 4 years. Thanksgiving was actually my 4-year anniversary. And the reason that you guys haven't known me for 4 years is because how hilarious is this? When I uploaded my first video, I was so intimidated and so nervous to tell people about it that I didn't tell anybody until January. So January of 2019 is when I really started like going for it. But YouTube let me know that my channel actually turned 4 years old on Thanksgiving. So I can't believe it's been that long. Ashley's been on YouTube even longer than me, actually.
I have. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
It's a good thing. It's really cool. It's cool to meet people with so many different experiences and all kinds of things like that. So I'm going to lint roll my glass because I'm lazy and I like to do it that way. It's usually quick and easy if your lint roller doesn't get too stuck. But you can also, if a lint roller is not working for you, you can use a lint-free cloth like this. And you can also get your dust and dirt and stuff off that way as well.
Yeah. I just wipe mine down with isopropyl alcohol.
Yes. And if I had my alcohol right here with me, I'd probably do that instead. But it's across the room. And so I'm just going to use free cloth, which works well for me.
Oh, yeah. Miss Fancy, I believe Alex has the StarCraft solo.
Let me see.
I think.
Oh, cool.
Right? Don't you have that machine?
Sorry. Yes, I'm reading through all the comments. Yeah, thank you guys. Where's that question about what machines I have?
It's from I just lost it now. Dang it.
Sorry,
Miss Fancy, I know this content is about sublimation, but are you ladies familiar with the StarCraft solo cutting machine? Not much content on it. I don't have one, so I think Alex does.
I do have one. I don't use it very often. And it's not because I don't like it. I actually, the few times I worked with it, I do really like it. It's just because most of my audience is geared towards cricket, then that's typically what I stick with. But I have some plans for the solo, actually, that I haven't told you guys about yet. They're not set in stone, so I'm not going to say much more. You'll see some stuff coming from me with the solo here soon. Most likely. Somebody asked Ryan if I was this vivacious in high school. You know, it's so funny. Probably most people did not know. I was a lot shyer in high school. I had a couple of close friends and I mostly stuck with them. It's honestly really, like, I really feel like came into the big personality version of Alex when I got to college.
Nice. I don't know how you guys tape your sublimations to your blank, but what I like to do is I put the tape on one side and then I really, don't watch that part. And then I really pull it taut with the tape so that it's nice and it's going to be really like tight to the glass to minimize ghosting.
Ooh,
so I let the tape do the work for me.
Yeah. So when I am lining mine up, I'm going to take the smaller vinyl cup keeper because I could use the bigger one because this one actually fits.
I'm using the bigger one. So maybe you should show the smaller
one. So what I'll do is I'll take my vinyl cup keeper and stick it down on the table. And then I'm going to stick my, like my sublimation print down inside of it. And then I'll put oh my gosh, y'all.
Cup.
Yes, my tumbler on top.
Oh my gosh, we did it the same way. We're like besties.
I know. It's like we had the same idea. Love it. And because I have clear glass, I can completely see through it, which is so cool because I can see through it super, super easily.
Yeah. Catherine, that's awesome that you're out of the hospital.
Oh, good. Yes, we were just talking about that last week. I'm so glad that you're home. Yay. I've been praying for you.
So how do you ensure paper printing size for sublimation? It seems so one thing that I do is in your printer preview settings, there is a scale option, and most time it's defaulted to scale to page. And what you'll want to do is have that be the other box where just a scale, and you can put in a percentage normally, and you want it to just be 100%. And that will make sure that the design is the same size as what you designed it as when it prints out.
Yeah, that is super tricky. And one thing that I am learning, you guys, I know that it's not always going to be the best fit for all of you, but I am learning that those higher caliber programs like Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop are a lot easier to print in. Because you can just print the items straight from the page. You don't have to do any extra sizing or anything. You literally just print it as is. And it works really, really well. And like I said, I know that's not an option for everyone, but it is neat to know that you can do that if you think that's worth the investment for you.
Yeah, and if anyone's like a teacher or a student, you can get the Adobe Suite added discount.
Yes, you can. I have the business version, which pretty much means there's no discount. But that's okay because I use mine in my business quite a bit. So I use it for lots of different things, though. I use it for different graphics and things that I send to my sponsors and stuff. So I am fine with paying the full price because I honestly use it a lot.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I
so
use
guys,
the Adobe Suite every day.
well, that's because Ashley is a pro. Okay, I am. You guys, you would laugh so hard. I am over here like sending Ashley pictures of my computer screen. Like, Ashley, why does it look like this? Why does it work like this? And so, or we're troubleshooting. Last week, I FaceTimed her and I had her propped up on a bottle of Tylenol looking at my laptop screen to try and get things right. So, Ashley is the real MVP when it comes to getting this stuff done.
I try to be helpful.
You are, because you're a stinking pro, and I don't know what I would do if I didn't have your help. So
I mean, I did go to art school, so.
That's true. You did go to school to do this. Good for you. Did you guys know I studied environmental science? Which probably would surprise you. And it doesn't really help much with designing SVGs. Okay, it's not going to be a perfect fit, but I think it's going to be really, really close. These are going to come together really, really close.
I'm just putting the Teflon tape on the top and bottom as well, just to help minimize ghosting.
Especially when you get close to the taper. I feel like that's really important to do also. Because the glass cans have that little taper at the top and bottom like a real can. And that can get a little tricky when you do get close to it.
Yeah. I think there might be one spot where I might get like this tiniest smidgen of ghosting, but it'll be okay. Be the back.
Well, and sometimes the pressure from the heat source, like the tumbler press or the mug press, will help you out a little bit because it'll press in those areas and then it won't be so much to you.
Yeah, and then one thing I like about using my cup keeper, like honestly, not me just trying to sell it, is putting the tape around those edges. It's so simple to just roll it. Whereas, if you have it on their counter and you're trying to roll it, and if your table's uneven or anything, it's going to be like rolling all over the place. You're a student of life. Do you get a discount? I don't think so, Laura.
A student of life. I wish I was a student of life discount because I would also consider that too.
Have you seen people on like TikToks where they'll call like restaurants and be like, "Oh, I want the child discount," and they're like, "Well, how old are you?" And they're like, "Oh, well, I'm a child of God, sir." And they're like, "That doesn't count."
Though I love that because we're all children of God. I don't think the restaurants are really going to appreciate that.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard.
Much, but that's hilarious.
Roseanne says, I hear a lot of people complain about the yellow heat tape. Have you had problems with it? I personally have not. I have heard the same issue about it. However, I use it because I have a lot of it, just because I do some electronic projects, and this is the tape that you use with electronics as well.
So I feel like maybe people have just experimented more than I have. I have used just 2 different kinds of tape so far. I've tried the Cricut heat tape, which I had a couple rolls of, and then this is the PYD Life tape. PYD Life actually has a bunch of accessories, more than I realized until I worked on a project with them. So they have like tape and paper and all kinds of stuff, and I had great luck with it. So I don't know, like, people ask me questions about if I've had problems with stuff, and I feel like I don't have as many problems with products as some people do. I think it's honestly just the luck of the draw a lot of times, which I know is not necessarily a helpful answer. But I think it's just the truth.
Gosh, Alex, they come for you for advice.
I know. And I'm like, if I had experienced that problem, I absolutely would tell you about it. I just haven't had that problem to ever troubleshoot before.
Oh, snap. I think I literally just cut this butcher paper to the perfect width.
Did you really?
What?
You should go play
All
the
right.
lottery. I love when that happens to me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm
Okay.
the luckiest person ever.
Seriously.
So
Wow.
I'm just gonna do tape across my seams. I did across the seams as well as the top and bottom, and then I did like the opposite side on the top and bottom also. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. Now I tend to be a chronic under taper. I know there's a lot of like over tapers, but I like
As I have like 5 million pieces of tape on my
well,
cup.
and like a lot of people do. A lot of people do that, and I have just not needed to. So I try not to use more than what I have to use. But maybe we'll mess it up, and I'll find out that I was wrong. We'll see. We'll see. So something interesting about using a tumbler press versus like using the Cricut mug press is that I don't use butcher paper around my stuff going into my tumbler press.
What?
And yeah, I've just not had issues with it.
Oh.
So I don't, and plus here's the other reason. So the settings I'm using, I wrote them down on a sticky note so I wouldn't forget for you. These are recommended. These are PYD Life glass cans for sublimation, and this is the settings they recommend, and I found that they work really well. So they recommend 356 degrees for 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. But what I like to do is set my press to 356 degrees like they recommend. And then I like to set mine for 60 seconds, and I like to rotate mine halfway. Because I have found that that works really well for me so that none of the seams or anything get like a little bit too much heat or not enough, especially with the area at the top. So even though my tumbler is going to be pretty much closed in there, I have found that the area that has like the gap at the top that's like right here doesn't get quite as much heat. So I like to put my seam down first. So the seam is going to be on the bottom, and I'll do that for 60 seconds. And then I'll open it up, and with my heat glove, I'll flip it the other way and then put it back in for another 60. And I have found really good results with doing it that way.
Oh, nice. So I'm going to do, since I do put butcher paper, I just put a little mark. Oh, can you even see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
What is happening? Oh, there we go. I put a little mark on one side of the paper just so I know where I need to turn it.
Oh, good for you. I just use the seam because I can see it.
I'm more visual than that. I need more help.
Well, that's just kind of how I mark it, because I mark it like the seam and then like 180 degrees, which actually on this file is the little Christmas tree. So that works out really well.
Oh, duh. I get, okay.
Like I am just like goofy like that, and I just turn it. So
I love how it looks on the inside. Isn't it cool?
Oh yeah.
You can see like a preview.
It's gonna be so cute. Okay,
are you ready to
put yours in?
I am. I did want to explain a little bit about the process if you want me to.
Yeah, please do. So you guys, let me give some context, and then Ashley can explain some more. So, you may have heard that glass ruins the Cricut mug press. And I know, for example, that Mr. Crafty Pants had that happen to him. And I know others who have said the same thing. So what's really unique about Ashley doing this is that she's putting glass in the Cricut mug press. That's something that I've never done, but she's going to show you her method that has worked for her so far.
Yes. So what I have found, this is my theory. This can be completely wrong. If there's like a scientist in here, let me know, right? So as you can see, there's that metal plate in the middle here, right? And so I think part of the reason why glass ruins this is because when the glass is sitting on that metal plate, it pushes back too much heat into the machine. Because it's a different property as like a ceramic mug, which these are meant for. It like has different temperatures. Glass is much hotter than ceramic. So what I found is I cut a circle out of a silicone mat. And so I just put that down there. And then what I do is then I have this very thin silicone wrap that I put in here as well. And in that way, the silicone is going to be absorbing more of the heat rather than the machine itself.
I think it makes total sense. Now, like Ashley said, I mean, we could totally be off base here, but she was telling me about that. And I was like, I mean, I think that sounds legit. So, and it's worked for her so far. She's done several
It
projects
has.
way.
Knock
So,
on wood.
good to know.
So it's heating up. So
Okay.
I think that's good. And then what I kind of do, which might be an extra step that's not necessary, is as it's heating up, I put the silicone cover in there to heat up as well, because I don't want something that's going to be a completely different temperature to touch the glass and risk the glass cracking.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Because glass does not like extreme
Right.
temperature changes.
I definitely broke a beaker or two in college. Got my glass too fast. So I learned that
They
lesson
want,
in real life.
yeah, they want a link for your tape. I don't know if you saw that.
Sorry, say it again.
They want a link for the tape that you
Yes.
use.
I will grab that for you guys. So I'm watching your comments over here on my iPad, but I can't respond back. So while mine is sublimating, I will grab a link for you. So I'm gonna go ahead and put mine in. Are you ready to do yours, Ashley?
No, but go for it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and start mine, and that way you guys can watch separately. So also, here's a really important note. So you guys may know already that sublimation's kind of picky. So you can't just, some stuff you can't just wing, okay? So before I heated up my tumbler press, I did go ahead and put my glass in there without the design on it and size it for the correct amount of pressure before it was heated up. Because say for example, you put it in there and you're trying to like figure out the heat settings, that is likely going to give some uneven heat to your design and it's going to give more than you want. So I did that already, and I like to do like, I know this is really vague, but I like to do like a medium pressure on my glass tumbler because I don't want to squeeze it too hard, obviously. It's glass. But at the same time, I have found that using the tumbler press, I'm not as nervous about putting glass in it as I was at first because I've done so many glass projects in it now that I have found really, really good results every time. So I know it's at least to me, it sounded really scary. I was like, wait, am I going to heat up glass and then it's going to break and spatter everywhere and it's going to get all over me and I'm going to cut myself? Like I was super nervous about it. But after doing it a few times, I was like, oh, like this isn't so bad. So I'm not afraid anymore. But if that is you, I understand because I was there too, but it really is not a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I'm not going to use my heat gloves to push it in because I'm just barely going to push it into my tumbler press. And I'm going to start it with my seam facing down so that I know exactly where it is. I'm just going to put it in this chamber on the side while my tumbler press is open, and then I'm going to close it. And so as you saw, it takes a little bit of force, and then it's going to count down for me. And when it beeps, I'm going to use my heat glove to open it up, flip it over, and do another 60 seconds for a total of 120 seconds.
Nice.
And, well, my phone is my camera right now, so I will get you guys the link for that heat tape. You might find it actually in my Amazon store. I may have already done that. So if you go to amazon.com/shop/DIY Alex, you'll see my Sublimation Essentials list. So I'll have to check there, but I will get you guys that link. And somebody asked, you guys have been asking some really good questions.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. I'm going back up. Thanks, Brenda. This is my first sublimation or my first glitter tumbler I ever made. I have my Stanley cup has water in it, but that's my first ever tumbler that I did with epoxy. So I'm flipping it with the seam side up, putting it back in for another 60 seconds. But somebody was asking about whether or not the glass has to be sublimation glass. So my understanding is it does. Ashley, do you know if people are, I've seen people say like Libby glass cans. Are they literally just buying the regular Libby glass cans?
My understanding, the heat press is ready. My understanding is that it has to be sublimation glass.
That's what I think too. So people are saying glass cans, but I think they're talking about the shape more so than actual brand.
Yeah. So Cricut is ready to go. It just beeped with my little green light. So the one thing I will say, if you're going to do glass, like if you're going to do multiple glasses, what's going to happen is your machine is going to get hot And what is going to happen also is your timer is going to stop working. My other part of the
Mhm.
theory with the Cricut mug press is that it's not actually a timer. It's using that metal plate to determine how hot your mug has gotten. And based on the temperature that it is, then it lets you know that it's done, that it's heated to the correct temperature, which is why I think when we do the glass, after so many oftentimes, the counter stops working. But when I did my Halloween sublimation glasses, I did them there. I let it cool down completely, and then I put a mug in there, and it worked fine, and it was counting fine. So that is one thing to keep aware of. I did buy the silicone sheets from Amazon. I believe they're the same brand as Alex's heat press, I think.
Yeah, PYD Life carries a lot
Yeah.
more sublimation accessories, and they sent me a mug wrap as well. I haven't tried it yet, but
I
so I
love it.
try that.
All right, so I'm gonna put mine in the heat press now. And so what I do is it's not an exact science. I do each side for 4 minutes.
Okay.
And so I have my little mark towards the back so I know where to go.
And when you say each side, you're talking about turning it. Are you turning it upside down or are you turning it 180 degrees?
Both.
Okay, interesting. So yeah, because the Cricut mug press is only so tall, you're
Yeah.
turning it in the opposite direction
The
and
timer for
you're
four
flipping it
minutes.
upside down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Interesting.
it's a timer for a half hour. That's not what we want.
No thanks. No, that would not go
Whoa.
on.
Let
That's
me
so
just manually set this timer real quick. Yeah, so sorry, what did you say?
no, what was the what were you gonna talk about? I was just gonna answer a
Oh,
question.
I was gonna say, I did do a test of where I did the first one 4 minutes and the rest all 2 minutes,
Okay.
and I felt like I got more uneven pressure and ghosting, and so that's why I just decided I would rather over press it than um,
And under.
not press it enough. And then
Yeah.
I finally got a heat glove, so I don't have to use my little. I don't know if you saw my other video. I don't have it, but I was using little finger silicone things to try to
Oh
grab
yeah. Mm-hmm.
the glass.
Yeah, I got these really early in my sublimation journey because I really wanted pink ones. So I bought them early because they were cute.
I just bought the
Um,
cheapest ones that were on there.
yeah, yeah. As long as they'll do, yeah. And also these are massive on my hands, so I can only really use one because my other hand is like not usable because the gloves are way too big. So I just hold my stuff with one hand, and I usually peel with tweezers on the other hand.
Oh, okay.
But Diana said that she's sublimating the same way that you are, Ashley. Ashley watches you, so that's cool. Uh,
Eh,
and then Kathy was talking about um, having issues uploading a JPEG into Cricut Design Space and wanting to know if a PNG works better. So, my personal opinion on that is that a PNG is always preferable for a couple of reasons. First of all, a PNG holds a higher quality image than a JPEG. So, overall, I think you're going to get better quality. But also, the PNG's ability to hold on to a transparent background means that you're going to have to do way less like eraser tool in Cricut Design Space, or you can use the auto background remover. And I think that's just for Access subscribers. I can't remember for sure. So if you can start with a PNG, that does make things easier. There are online converters, but my preference is usually just to search for the type of image that I want to use. So if I'm looking for a certain type of image, when I search it in Etsy or on design bundles or whatever, I'll put my search terms and then PNG afterwards so that I can find a PNG file.
Roseanne, you can definitely put HTV on mugs in a mug press. Absolutely. I've only done it though on ceramic mugs. I haven't tried it on glass, but I do not mind trying that for you so you don't have to ruin your own stuff.
Hey Ashley, there's a video idea for you for your 12 days of DIYs.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert, one was supposed to come out today and I haven't even started filming it, so it will
Okay.
not be out today.
Honestly, probably because Ashley was helping me in real life.
Yeah, Alex is
Because I
ruining my life, so if anybody can help me with that, that'd be
I
great.
know I have been a high maintenance friend this week, without a doubt. Roseanne said, I think, wait, you guys, I think I can spotlight comments. Let's try it. Can you guys see that? I starred it.
No.
Okay,
I
I
feel
don't.
like that should do that though, because then you
Oh,
have
there
something.
it is.
Oh, whoa! It popped up. That's so cool.
Cool. Roseanne said, Alex and Ashley, I'm so glad you were mentioning the pros and cons. I have not tried using a press for the glass. I am nervous. Roseanne, you guys know your girl's a little high anxiety, so if you ever have anxiety about a craft, I've probably already had it if I've tried it before. So
Yeah, I get really mad when people only say how great something is. Like, I need to
right.
know both sides. Like, I'm sure
Yeah.
it's great, but there has to be at least one thing that you got upset with. So
Or that
my
you
mug
notice.
press, sorry, real quick, my mug press just
Yeah.
beeped, letting me know it's done, but it
Okay.
hasn't been my 4 minutes yet. So what I do is I just open it and close it again.
Okay. To stop the
Just
timer from yelling at
yeah,
you. Okay.
yeah,
That is good to know. Let's see. Diana said, wait, let's spotlight it. Ready? Oh,
yeah.
look how cool that
Oh
is.
snap!
Diana said, do you have any tips to get color to show up on clear glass? My frosted ones come out okay, but only black seems to be successful on the clear glass. Honestly, Diana, I think it's mostly in the colors that you're choosing. That's why I chose like the traditional red and green for my clear glass because it's what's going to show up best. Hey, Ruth, thanks for joining us. Nicole said that tumbler presses are super expensive in New Zealand. I believe it, Nicole. Honestly,
Bro,
I
everything's
completely.
expensive in New Zealand.
Yes, yes,
Hey,
absolutely.
who's from New Zealand though?
Let's see. Nicole Fickling. Is that how you say your
Like
last name?
Nicole, one of my favorite drink that I had there was the soda LNP. I don't remember what it
Ooh.
stands for, but it was so flippin' delicious. Like crazy delicious.
Ooh, Roseanne has a good question. Ashley, I'll let you answer this one. She says, can you use heat transfer vinyl on regular glass and put it in the mug press?
I think you can. I've done it on a mug with
Okay.
HTV. I'm not sure about the glass, but I would
So
imagine you could.
I think you could. However, I think you'd have to be really careful because I think it's going to get way too hot. Only because glass gets even hotter than ceramic does.
Right.
And
Right.
the Cricut mug press is assuming that you are sublimating or using infusible ink. So I think you could do it, but you'd have to know you are going to do a lot of experimenting because I don't know if you would turn it out great at the first try. You know what I mean? You'd have to do some experimenting first. Reading through
Definitely.
your questions. Kristen said, can I use my mug attachments from my heat press to do these? Yes, Kristen. So that would be the same. And actually, Kristen, I have your question about using a mug press on my list. I was talking about going live the third Friday in December, and my hope is to use to do a project that day using the press attachment, like you asked. But sorry, I got distracted by answering your question. Oh, you guys, it is definitely a Friday. Oh, so it would be the same process as using a tumbler press, Kristen. You would just want to make sure that it's going to fit in there correctly, and that you are experimenting with the time and temperature settings if you don't already know what they are. Hey
Yeah.
guys. Oh, hey, is Delonda? He's still here. I'm just now seeing your comment, but welcome, Delonda. I'm so glad that you're here.
Hello, hello.
Ooh, Nicole answered your question, Ashley. She said everything is expensive here. Yes, you got my name correct. It stands for lemon and Peora.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Yeah.
know how to say that, but that
If
sounds really.
anyone ever gets a chance to try it, it's delicious.
That's super cool.
So good. Would HTV on a ceramic mug be better than is it then adhesive vinyl? Is she
Better with
asking?
adhesive vinyl. So, Catherine, so this is just Alex's personal philosophy. I think that adhesive vinyl is always going to do better on those hard surfaces than HTV, simply because that is what the surface is designed, or that's what the vinyl is designed to hang on to. So it's going to be a lot more durable because you're going to be hand washing it. And though HTV is durable through water, because obviously it goes in the washing machine, since its adhesive is intended to cling onto fabric and not hard surfaces, I think you'll get better results with adhesive vinyl. But I know that people do want to experiment with HTV for a variety of reasons. Or you might have a color in HTV that you don't have in adhesive vinyl and you want to use that instead, and that's completely
Mhm.
fine.
Yeah, I just want to draw attention real quick.
Yeah.
As you can see, the colors on the counter have now stopped, and that's just because the machine has gotten a little hot, but it's still working properly. It's just not doing the counting part.
Okay, so that's one of those situations where the counter's a little bit funky because of the temperature fluctuation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair
And so
enough.
that's why it's important to time it yourself and to not rely on that.
You guys, did you see that? I just spilled coffee all over myself. Hold on.
All right,
Good.
so
Well,
now I can do my flip over now.
so I figured, so I could have taken my sublimation paper off as soon as I took it out of the mug press, but since we're waiting on Ashley, I thought we'd do the refill at the same time because that'd be more fun, and that will give me time to clean the coffee off my shirt. So cool.
Well, it's gonna be like 8 more minutes.
8 more minutes? Oh
Yeah.
my gosh! Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm just now processing this. So
Yeah.
when you are doing the Cricut mug press, you have to do each side for 4 minutes and then flip it over and then do,
Mhm.
or sorry, four. So two sides at 4 minutes is a total of 8. Then you flip it on top of itself
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
do 4 minutes and another four.
Yes.
So
Now,
16 minutes.
I think so. The when I first tried it, when I did 4 minutes and then 2 minutes on all the other sides, I think it could have been user error to where it was more faint and maybe ghosting.
Okay.
So it could have just been my fault. I just haven't tried that test a second time, which I guess I probably should. But I would think you probably could get away doing each side like 2 to 3 minutes rather than four
Okay.
on each.
Well, but if you're going to spend the time on the project, I mean,
You
whether
know what
you're
I'm gonna do?
for
I'm gonna
12
find
minutes.
out.
Oh, sorry. What?
All right, I said, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna find out how hot this is getting right now.
Oh, are you going to use a thermometer?
I am.
Super cool. You know what, Delonda? I feel like Delonda has done a tutorial on stuff in the Cricut mug press. So, Delonda, if you have any thoughts on timing, if you're still here, we would love to hear them.
So it says it's 167 degrees Fahrenheit.
Really?
So I don't think that's accurate.
That can't be. That's way too cold.
Yeah,
I
because
bet.
it's hot. Like I'm burning my hand like touching it.
Yeah, I bet inside it's hotter.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the dot to go in there.
When you go to flip it, can you
Yeah,
shoot it?
then I'll do it then. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious.
Yeah, because I use this when I make resin pen blanks so that I know the temperature before it cures.
You know, I have had one of those on my list for a long time to buy. I need to just get one.
Yeah, no, they're super awesome.
Yeah,
Love
I
it.
use it a
As you
lot.
can see, I don't know if you could tell, but I even have resin on the end of it.
It's funny how that works. I feel like I get stuff all over my craft supplies are so messy. You guys, I'm so flustered that I got coffee on my sweater.
Oh, did you? I missed that.
Oh
Dang
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. It dripped all down my mouth. Like it was pretty cool. And also it's on my sleeve. These really big bell sleeves, they literally I get stuff all over my
Mhm.
sleeves. I'm such a mess.
Oh, Diana, I appreciate you buying the file. I hope you like it.
Yeah. Oh no, Delonda says she's only done mugs and tumblers in her mug press. Delonda, so the tumblers that you did, were they metal? Maybe that's what I saw. Maybe you were doing tumblers in your mug press, and that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Delonda, I do like your content though. You make some good stuff.
Delonda is awesome. You guys should follow her too if you don't. Her content is so helpful, and honestly, Delonda is just a ton of fun, just as a human being. So you should definitely follow her because she's the bomb.
Thebomb.com.
Absolutely. Bye, Carla. See you later.
See you, Carla. Thank you for hanging out.
Yeah, Delonda said the glass needs 356 also, and that's what I used on my PYD Life press. So I'm betting that when Ashley shoots her thermal
Opens it.
here, that we
Yeah.
will see much higher temperatures.
Yeah. Definitely. Because I think it's mostly just picking up like this kind of rubbery
Yeah,
padding is what I think is it's picking up.
like the buffer.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Delonda did it, she did 20-ounce skinny tumblers in her Cricut mug press. So that's good to know.
Okay.
And that's something that like I just need to honestly spend some more time experimenting. Usually I'm busy working behind the scenes, and I don't take as much time to experiment as I would honestly like. That's one of my goals next year, is to spend more time just like trying stuff, because I feel like I could answer a lot more questions if I just carved out some time in my schedule to not work on anything existing and just play with stuff. You know what
There
I
you go.
mean?
We got closer reading, 240, closer reading.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So once I take it, I think fully out, then we'll get the proper uh thing. Oh, I just smashed my finger. Fun times.
Oh no. Oh.
I get boo boo.
That's the
Yeah.
worst.
So I mean, ideally, like I would love to have a proper tumbler press. Uh, but you know, this is what I've got, and I don't really
Yeah,
feel like I can justify buying the tumbler press.
absolutely. Well, guys, in full transparency, I got this tumbler press because I did a reel on Instagram for PYD Life. That's why they sent it to me. So I always try to be and transparent about that, because some stuff I do buy, no doubt about it,
Mhm.
but some stuff I don't. And I did not pay for this. I did this
Nice.
because it was a brand partnership.
Oh, did you see Renee's comment? It's very nice. You should
Let me
highlight it.
see.
So
I
nice.
know, I saw it. I follow all three of you plus Mr. Crafty Pants, best teachers around. Thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
You're the
Fun fact: my original major was going to be history, and I really wanted to be a history teacher or music
Oh,
teacher.
really?
As
Oh,
my original
cool.
plan was major history, minor in music, and then I switched because the teacher strike was happening right when I went to college, and I was like, maybe not.
I can understand that. Teachers are superheroes. Actually, Delonda works in the education space, and
Oh,
I
nice.
think that teachers are superheroes. I don't think
Oh,
it is the career path for me, but I like honestly all the respect in the world to our teachers.
yeah. Sherry is a total beginner and you're afraid to buy files because you're not sure how to use them. I would definitely start with some free files.
Mhm.
Uh, that way you can mess around. Not to like poach from Alex, but I do have a Facebook group where I occasionally will drop some sublimation files and SVG files for free, which you're more than welcome to mess around with and try things out.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and it's totally worth it. And I totally understand, Sherry, for sure. And honestly, Sherry, I think that getting the fundamentals of the machine and the medium and the materials that you're using is just as important as that. And
Mhm.
you can't focus on learning everything at once, right? So it's a good idea to take small steps as you get comfortable. So absolutely take advantage of the freebies, take advantage of the SVG files in your groups that you love,
Yeah.
and my hope, my goal, that's why I've been learning Adobe Illustrator, is that I'm going to be bringing you guys some free files on my blog next year also. So I'm hoping to have lots of stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
Catherine, you're so sweet. That Alex, you are a teacher. That's true. That's true. I am a craft teacher, but I'm not like a classroom teacher, right? So I don't work in like this school system, is what I mean. Actually,
You have
that's
to be
sometimes
credentialed.
uh, I tell people that sometimes. I tell them I'm a teacher, but not in a classroom. And that is always very intriguing to people. They're like, what? What do you mean?
What does that mean? Oh no, I
So,
forgot to start my last timer.
oh
I'm
no.
assuming it's been like 2 minutes. I'll do another
Okay,
2 minutes.
cool. So while we are waiting on Ashley's, I'm gonna go ahead and peel mine because
Reveal.
I've been sitting here chatting, which is
Yeah,
always good. But
I'm also a believer in the hot peel.
are you?
I am, yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I don't do it that often, but
I
oh,
usually I'm just excited and I
oh
want to
yeah.
see.
Renee, my group is what is the name of it? It's something ridiculous. I think it's lasers and crafting and tools. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm a
I
part
like
of
musical theater in case you can't tell by the title of my group.
it. She's
Delonda
multi.
said you cannot wrap your head around Illustrator. Delonda, I've got you. If you ever want to hop on a one-on-one, I will give you the basics.
Ashley knows
If you
all.
gave it the good old college try. That's funny.
You guys, I just peeked and it looks so good. Okay.
You made it sound like something was wrong.
No, it was an excited gasp. Okay, are you guys ready? I'm trying to peel it while you can see. I'll
I'm
ripple at
ready.
the bottom first. And it looks
Okay,
so cute.
that's legit. What in the world?
Look how bright. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I don't even really need this anymore. It's cool now because I waited like 20 minutes or something, so it's fine. You guys! Oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. This looks so good. Ashley, okay. Like, I'm just gonna brag on Ashley here for a second. I normally have the hardest time, like, was it Diana that was asking us about getting clear glass designs to show up? This is the brightest clear glass design I have ever seen.
Nice, nice.
Like, oh my goodness. Hold on.
I'm not gonna lie, I super love the design that I made for us today.
Yeah, like it's super cute. And I told her that it would be cool if you guys could offer, like, if you guys could buy the file if you liked it. And so we were talking about it earlier this week. And she was like, let's do like a merry and bright, which is one of my favorite Christmas sayings. So I was like, heck yeah, girl, go for it. And she came up with all this, and now my tape is being stubborn and it won't come off. But I want to show you because it looks so good.
All right, there we go. 345 is the temperature on the inside.
Okay, so that's very close to the 350.
Very close, yeah.
I have in my press.
All right. Someone asked me about my timing. Diana, I think that would work. When I tried it that way, it didn't super work for me, but I think it can. I think it was just user error. But so I've just been doing 4 minutes each time. So I unplugged my heat press because that always freaks me out, pulling all the hot stuff out of here so it can cool down faster. And I'm going to set this on the cold garage floor. And then I'll undo my thingamajig. Okay. I'm so surprised my cat has not made an entrance at all. She's normally all about being in here.
Okay, I'm going to zoom my camera in so I can show you guys a little closer. I know that's a really close up on me, but I want to show you without running to the front of the camera. How amazing does that look?
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Like, it's literally so bright. I am shook.
Love it, love it.
And this
love
has
it.
like all of the primary colors that can be really tricky. Like, it has yellow, it has red, it has blue and green, which are all colors that are traditionally a little tough to get to show up on clear glass. And Ashley's file is the bomb. Now, I also think that printing from Adobe Illustrator did make a difference, though. I don't know that for sure, but I feel like my print was better. I'm going to put a paper towel in so you guys can see it a little bit better, because I know seeing both sides at once can make it a little hard to see. Like, look how bright that is.
One thing that I think why it's better to print from those programs is because you can choose the color profile.
Yeah.
So like, and some places that sell sublimation ink, depending on the company, will provide their own color profile that they've made specifically for that.
Yeah, so we can talk about color profiles for a second because I get lots of questions on them. And I will tell you guys know I like to be all about the transparent life. So I've never used a color profile on my specific printers. But the way that it works, at least with the ICC profiles, I don't know if it's different from within the computer, but with an ICC profile, what that is you have to have a specific profile for the specific printer, so the specific model of Epson EcoTank that you have, and the type of ink that's inside your printer. And once you have something like that, then you can make sure that the colors are going to be a lot more correct. The trouble is that it can be really hard to get a hold of those ICC profiles because they have to be created for you. And so typically speaking, it's going to come from the ink company that you bought your sublimation ink from. But that's where you're going to get some of that correction. If you have something like a Sawgrass though, or if you invest in a Sawgrass comes with an ICC profile. I don't know if it's pre-installed or if you have to install it yourself. That's something that I guess I'll let you guys know after I set mine up. But that is a benefit of buying, like investing in a more expensive printer, is that stuff's already going to be done for you. But there is a way to correct your color, because I get lots of questions on color correction and my stuff doesn't look how I want it to. How do I fix that? Type of stuff. And so that's one of the ways you can fix it. But also printing from a high quality program such as Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, your colors are going to be better by default because of those specific color profiles.
All right, we ready for the reveal?
Yes, please show us.
What do we think? Real quick, what do we think? Do we think it worked, or do you think I messed up and there's ghosting? I don't know. I'm not too confident in my ability right now.
I'm confident in you. I think it's perfect. I think it's flawless. What do you guys think?
Okay.
Let us know in the comments.
Let us know. We should have done like a poll.
I know. I should have put that up there.
All right. Let's see. Whoa. Wow.
Ooh, it's
Oh
so
no.
cute. Oh, on that side, you got a little piece.
Oh, you know what though? That will come off once I wash it.
Yeah, that's just
We're
paper.
good. We're good. False alarm.
It looks so cute.
I know. Not gonna lie, I super love it.
Yeah, like it's super cute. It's that cute pastel type of look, so it's not going to be as bright by default as colors like
Yeah.
this. But like it looks so good.
Nice. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I like both versions, honestly.
I do too. And I think it's really cool that Ashley has provided you guys so many different options because then you don't have to buy separate files for the colors that you like. And she did also mention this early in the live, but it might have been a few minutes for some of you. So Etsy will only allow her to upload a handful of images to the listing, but when you download the file, you'll get more color schemes and more options. You just have to download, if you decide to purchase the file, of course, then once you download it, then you have some different color options.
Yeah, so I just licked my finger and you could tell that comes right off. So once I wash it, it will.
That paper piece, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do a close-up of our cups again. Let me zoom in a little bit on my camera.
Yeah, I want to take my glove off. Let me see. Am I going to die if I do this?
Yeah, be careful.
Okay, we ready? We ready? I got limited seconds.
Go for it. Oh, so cute. I love it, Ashley. It looks so good.
I love it.
So fun.
Which one do you guys like better? You like pastel or do you like full color?
Oh, yeah.
I like both equally, but I think I am leaning a little more towards the traditional colors.
Yeah,
I bet
digging
this
the
would look
traditional
cute. Huh?
I'm digging the traditional colors too, but that's
Yeah.
just, I mean, but I like the pastel trends. You guys know, I mean, look at the color I'm wearing,
Yeah.
like obviously. Oh, also on my coffee stain, so that's cool too.
There
right
we go. I think the pastel will look cool if you have like iced coffee in it.
Yes, it will look
But
super.
yeah, but I honestly I like both of them I think equally.
I do too. They're really, really cute, you guys.
Yay, people thought it worked. Awesome.
Yeah. I'm so glad you guys loved it. And
Oh,
if somebody hasn't posted the link
fair.
yet to Ashley's group, we'll get it.
Dan is in a craft fair coming up. That's fun.
Oh, yay.
Well, Phil likes both of them. That's awesome. I think everyone pretty much likes both versions. Some people like the traditional color better, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
There's no right or wrong answer, guys.
No, yeah, that wasn't a trick question.
Yolanda says depends on the beverage.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I don't know. What one would like eggnog look better in?
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah, and the color of it definitely makes a big difference. I think that coffee with like a lot of creamer, so it's like a lighter color, makes it like look better. If you were to put like black coffee or like soda in here that was darker, it'd be a lot harder to see. So honestly, the light ones look a lot better. Kristen said the pastel is more vintage.
Ooh, nice.
It does kind of look, it has that vintage Christmas feel. So another difference that you'll notice, so Ashley, can you hold yours up again? She used the file that has the wavy text, and I used the text that's straight. So each color scheme also has a wavy version, and it has a straight version like this.
And then so like, I'd also printed out the pastel colors with black straight text.
Oh, yeah.
So you a couple options for you guys. I didn't want it. I hate buying a file. I mean, I don't do it often because I can make my own. But when I do buy a file, and it's just not what was advertised, or just kind of like one option, it does make me mad.
Yeah, yeah, it's annoying. And if you just don't really know what you're getting, sometimes you're getting a great deal, and you open it up, and you're like, "Ooh, like this is so cute." And other times you open it up, and you're like, "Oh, that's not what I thought it was." Definitely been there, done that. Let me grab my computer really quick, you guys, and I will get us some of those links. If you'll give me just a hot second. But Ashley, do you need to run? I know you have some work to do and stuff, don't you?
I have probably about 10 minutes before I need to
Cool.
skedaddle.
Let me grab my computer, you guys. I'll give you those links before we go because I know you want them.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish up.
I'll show you guys. That's the seam right there. It's very small. Wait, where am I trying to point? Oh, I think I'm turning it the wrong way. This way. Here we go. Very tiny. Oh gosh, I cannot. This is hard. Trying to point on the wrong way again. Anyways, there's the seam. It's a very small gap.
You guys, it's harder than it looks to do this.
We're just not going to talk about it, guys, and we're going to pretend that I showed you flawlessly where the gap in the file was. These are 18-ounce sublimation tumblers, and I think with this particular design, you can easily resize it to 16-ounce or 20-ounce. I don't think it's really going to make it look anything crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
Alex, I think your cup is winning.
Is it for the traditional color?
Yeah. The file is on Etsy, and I believe Alex has a link.
I do. It's down in the description of the video, Roseanne, but you guys, I can grab it for you. Hang on.
Oh, look at you with the gaming computer. Nice.
I know. I have my computer is called the brand is Razer, but I have the Razer. So it's a little bit funky where it like lights up rainbow all the time. Mm-hmm. But the reason I bought such an intense computer is because
editing.
Yes, for editing videos. Because it takes a lot of rendering and stuff, and it takes a lot of, I forget all the specs because it's been 2 years since I bought this computer.
See you, Kristen. See ya.
Bye, Kristen. So yeah, hold on. Okay, I have like 1,000.
Laura, I'm gonna put the file on Design Bundles and Creative Fabrica probably by Monday. So there's a couple other places. But it'll take me a couple days to do that because there's all the sites have different sizes and all that fun stuff.
Okay. Where is the... I get confused.
I do love these frosted glasses though.
I do too. I really honestly like having both because the look is so different and it really just depends on the project. That I'm going for. So genuinely, like, I have had these clear ones because actually I was doing a project a couple months ago and I messed up my last one. So I bought another case of the clear, but I have a set in my cart also.
Nice. Thank you, Candace. I appreciate you standing behind the cup holder. So far, I've only had one person not like it.
Okay.
Yeah. And they claim, I don't know. They just had issues with it.
Yeah. Never gonna please everyone.
Right. Oh, Dee's back. Hello.
Hi, Dee.
How much are the frosted glasses? I'm not sure. I bought a pack on Amazon. Alex might know more.
Yeah. So actually, I can check my Amazon cart. So the frosted ones, they were on sale yesterday. Hopefully, I did not let that sale go. The because I put them in my cart last night and forgot to check out. The set of 6 frosted PYD Life tumblers is $35.99 for 6 of them. And they're on sale. They're normally $44.99.
Oh, nice.
So I can link that too. We're just linking all over the place. Hold on. You guys, literally, I have like 100 tabs open. Because that's been my day today. I don't know where my live went.
Nice.
You guys, the hot mess is in full swing today.
How much are the holders I made? I believe you can get the small one for as cheap as $18, I think. I don't remember how much the bigger one is on its own. And then I think the combo set is like $30, $32.
I think is it 38? Is that
too much? Just kidding, it's 38.
Because so I was looking at this last night. So there are like, I think they're 18 or 20 each. And then if you buy 2, they're 8 or 40 depending on the color. So they're basically the exact same price. It's just whether or not you want 1 or 2. But if I may make a plug, I think having both of them makes a lot of sense because you don't know what size you're going to be using and what's going to be a better fit. Like for example, the 18-ounce ones fits a lot tighter in the small, but like it still fits. versus the bigger one, depending on what you're doing, you might want a little bit more space, but you still want to keep it still. You know?
Yeah.
So that's my
Okay.
thought.
Yeah, and then in the new year, I'm going to be coming out with a lot more crafting related tools. So
Yay!
that's exciting. Well, I think it's exciting.
I'm excited for you.
So trying to make, everybody work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
See you, Delonda. Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet you.
Oh, yeah. Ashley, now my brain is processing what you said. Ashley's going to have some very exciting stuff coming out next year. Now that I'm thinking through it, yeah. I know what she means, but I can't tell you yet. I know you guys love secrets.
I know. I'm sorry. If I could share it with you, I 100% would.
Yeah, but it's fun secrets. It's not bad secrets, you know?
Right.
Lasers. What's your group called again, Ashley? It just always... lasers and crafting and tools. Oh, my. Hang on. Yeah. I will link the Facebook group for you.
Yep. Dee says, have either of you used a convection oven? I have used a convection oven in relation to wood turning, so like drying out wood, like getting all the moisture out, but I have not used it for any kind of like sublimation purposes.
Gotcha. Oh, cool.
Woodworking is like my main thing, in case you guys didn't really know. That's what started it all.
Ashley got her start. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the links you asked us for. Oh, no. Amazon tape. PYD Life tape. And then we're really
done. Yeah. Yep. Your tape.
I promised that I would show you, and I will.
Yes.
PYD Life. Sublimation tape. Oh, my God.
I think it's crazy, too, how the sublimation paper looks after you've sublimated it.
I know. Yeah, there's actually still a lot of ink, it looks like, left on mine, but honestly, it transferred so much.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then I don't remember who it was. Whoever was asking about that yellow heat tape, you can see there's no residue left over or anything. So it's, like I said, I've had no problem with the yellow tape. So I do recommend it, but I think Alex probably has the more experienced opinion between the two of us.
I think honestly it's just a preference thing, you guys, because like I told you, like I just have not run across any issues. If I had, I would tell you, but sometimes, like, other people just have these certain experiences and they're like, oh, do you have an opinion on this? And I'm like, not really. I just know what I liked, what I've liked and what I've used. And that's that's pretty much as much as I got.
Someone asked what my channel is. My channel is Chip Builds.
Yeah.
And then also, this was the free sublimation file that I have on my Facebook group. It's a Halloween Disney file. And then this cup is really cool. It's a sublimation cup, but it's also a snow globe tumbler.
Yeah.
So
it's super cool.
Yep.
Okay, I found the tape. I'm going to stick it in my Amazon store before I forget. And then I'm going to link it for you.
Yeah.
There we go. Sublimation supply.
Carmen said, time to get out of bed and do stuff. Isn't that the worst when you have to actually finally get up? I hate that. Oh, you do tumblers in the oven. Nicole does tumblers in the oven. Nice.
Cool. Yeah, that's one thing. I have not tried a convection oven so far. Only because I have these other tools, and I think my husband may actually kill me if I bring home any more heat elements or anything like that. Actually, well, until
doesn't PYD, don't they also sell like an oven kind of thing now too?
I think so, and they have a couple different tumbler presses. The one that I have has a 20-ounce and a 30-ounce like sleeve that you change out in the middle so that you can do different sizes. But they have a second type of press and a sublimation oven, I believe. And I also have another tumbler press back there from Heat Transfer Warehouse. So I literally have like all of the toys, except for a sublimation or convection oven.
Yeah. Who was it that asked? Candace, I sealed the bottom of it with this Resin Rockers UV resin.
A lot of people use UV resin on the bottom, I've seen, because it's pretty reliable.
Yeah. And I've tried a couple different brands, and Resin Rockers has been my favorite by far so far.
Good to know. I haven't tried resin rockers.
Pretty good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, I think that we are pretty much wrapped up with all the things, but don't forget to
Yeah.
subscribe to DIY Alex if you're not already, and go over and subscribe to Chip Builds if you haven't, because Ashley's awesome. She does so many amazing things, and you will not want to miss out on all of her different makes and adventures. She is much more adventurous than I am, which I love to watch personally, and she teaches me about all kinds of machines that I don't know how to work, and it's really cool. I love learning
Yeah.
about it.
Thanks for having me today, Alex. I had so much
Yeah.
fun, and it was great finally getting to chat with some of you guys in the chat that I've, interacted with a couple times before. So it was a lot of fun today.
Yeah, thanks again, Ashley, and thank you guys for joining us and hanging out. If you have any other questions, you can drop them in the comments, and I'll come back and answer them later.